So this question here asks us to convert from a parametric equation to a Cartesian equation. So the question says the Cartesian equation of the relation given by x equals 3 cosec squared of t and y equals 4 cot of t minus 1 is, and we have to select the correct option. So what we want to do is essentially we want to use one of the identities that we've learned in another video to help us solve this. So a lot of these problems are going to start with the Pythagorean identity, sine squared theta plus cos squared theta equals 1. And as you saw in another video, if we divide everything by sine squared theta, divide by sine squared theta, okay, that first term becomes 1. The next term becomes, well, sine squared over cos squared, if this was reversed, that would usually be tan squared. But in this case, it's actually the reverse. You can think of it as the reciprocal. So it's going to be 1 over tan squared, which is also known as cot squared, or the cotangent squared of theta. Okay, the other one is the reciprocal of sine squared. Well, the reciprocal of sine is cosecant, and it's squared. So it's going to be the cosecant squared of theta. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this identity. So the first thing we probably want to do is maybe let's just rewrite down what's in the question. So x equals 3 cosec squared of t. Okay, and let's just change it back to t. And what we're going to do is we're going to rearrange this for the cosecant squared of t to be the subject. So we just divide both sides by 3. That gives us x on 3. Okay, and the other one originally says that 4 y equals 4 cot of t minus 1. If we rearrange that for cot of t, we're going to add 1 to the left and then divide by 4. So it's going to be y plus 1 on 4 equals cotangent of t. Okay, then basically our job is to substitute this information, these two bits of information, into our identity. So 1 plus, okay, cot squared. Well, we can see that the cotangent of t is y plus 1 on 4, but we need to square that. So what we're going to substitute in here is going to be y plus 1 on 4 all squared. Okay, and that equals the cosecant squared of theta, or in our case, t. So this equals x on 3. And we're basically done. What we need to do now, though, is we need to match it to the correct option. So off the bat, none of these look identical to these options. But what we can do is we can expand a few things out. So if I square that, the numerator is going to become y plus 1 squared on 16. And that equals x on 3. Okay, if I make y plus 1 squared the subject. Okay, y plus 1 squared on 16 is the subject. We're going to divide equals x minus 3. We take away 1. Well, that's taking away 3 on 3, just to get common denominators. And then our final step is just going to be to write it as y plus 1 squared equals, okay, well, it's going to be, hopefully you can see on the right-hand side, it's going to be x minus 3 on 3, and then we're going to multiply by 16. So it's going to be 16 times x minus 3 all over 3. So our correct answer is E. Hopefully you found that useful to convert from parametric to Cartesian equation. Generally, you need to use some sort of trigonometric identity to do those.